everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak. I just want to cover a particular subject that has to do with a biblical story from the Old Testament. For many years, I never questioned this kind of thing when I used to be a Christian, when I used to believe in God. But then as time went on, I started to think that I started to question because I felt that I had to. That's just basically how it is. So this one has to do with Noah's Ark. And with Noah's Ark, where they said that God told Noah to take two of every animal, male and female, of the whole world and insect and stuff like that, and have them inside this big huge boat. It didn't make sense to me how that's even possible. But then I was told never to question it because, it has to do with God. Don't disrespect them, don't question them. And basically, like a fool, I just, pretty much respected that when I really shouldn't. When I would say some years ago, when I came across this type of information, when I started to favor more of science and paranormal science, I came to the conclusion that Noah's Ark was actually a blood bank, an extraterrestrial intervention blood bank, like in Jurassic Park, when that guy Dennis came by and went to that freeze chamber and took every blood DNA of every dinosaur and put it in a storage container and then closed it up and left. Well, it's pretty much like that. And this particular alien beings, because God, in this perspective, was actually an extraterrestrial, an alien, and so was Lucifer. In that sense, if the story is true. And they took the DNA of every animal, male and female, from the world. And they put them in the storage container inside this big huge boat, and only him and his family were there, in there, as far as the only humans. That makes the most sense to me. It may not make sense to a lot of you Christian fundamentalists. I can understand that, but if you really want to look at it from an Occam's razor point of view, for those of you who knows what Occam's razor is, out of all the explanations, the simplest one tends to be the correct one. So by using Occam's razor in this particular sense, this being, which I kind of suspect someone who defied God, told Noah, "I'll help you. I'll get the blood of every animal, male and female, and I'll help you build this storage container." And it was put on this big huge boat. So for 40 days during the flood, when everybody got killed, he managed to preserve and save the blood DNA of every animal. So that makes more sense to me. It might sound far-fetched, but out of all the far-fetched ideas, the traditional idea of the Bible's point of view is a lot more far-fetched than this one. At least this one has some degree of, I believe, to be evidence of it. It's not 100% conclusive, but I want to get your opinion on it to let you know, for you to let me know what you think. And tell me exactly what you think about this particular part concerning Noah's Ark. And just drop a comment, any questions, whatever you want, and just tell me what you think. So here we go.
Another familiar element in the story of Noah involves the collection of animals brought aboard the ark. In the Bible, God commanded Noah to collect 2 of every kind of living creature: animal, bird, and insect. But many biblical scholars and theologians agree that such a task would have been both physically and biologically impossible. Could there be another, more scientific explanation?
The story of Noah's Ark is pretty implausible if you think about it. You have 2 animals of each creature on planet Earth on a boat. Not only would the boat have to be huge, but how are you going to collect every animal on the planet and put it on that ship? So, could it be possible that Noah's Ark was once again misunderstood technology, and Noah's Ark was a DNA bank?
Could it be a story? Could it be technology somehow gathering up all living things as in a DNA bank of some kind? It fits together. Hard to imagine how that would happen so far back, but if it did happen, it would need to be told as a story, and the story of a boat works.
Perhaps this is really an extraterrestrial DNA bank as well. The extraterrestrials need plants and animals and minerals on this planet too. Just like when we go to Mars or something, we'll be using what we can use on that planet. So extraterrestrials coming here would want to do that as well. And if they knew that some cataclysm was coming, they too would want to preserve certain kinds of animals and plant life and create, what we think of as Noah's Ark.